Hey, this is Melissa Carmichael. Today I thought I'd do something a little different. Instead of writing down a blog, I just thought I'd do a video blog. I'm the author of the blog that you're now looking at. I'm also a published author. I'll say that just one time because it still feels weird to me to say I'm a published author because I had one short story that was published in a book in an anthology. It was called Raven's Transformation. And Um, it just feels weird because it's just a short story. Anyway, I thought today I would talk about what inspired me to write and what has inspired me to write again. Uh, I read a lot. Um, I read a lot of different authors, but primarily my preference for entertainment is urban fantasy, paranormal type stuff. And the very, very first author that I ever read that I fell in love with reading urban fantasy was Laurell K. Hamilton. Laurell K is the person that got me into reading, and I mean reading ferociously. Whenever her books weren't out, I started looking for other authors that maybe had a similar type urban fantasy twist to it, and I started reading Charlene Harris. So read Charlene Harris, and then I started looking for more authors, and I picked up Kim Harrison. Okay, I picked up Kim Harrison after reading the back jacket of her book, and she has become my favorite author. I love this woman's style. This is the first book in the Hollow series, Dead Witch Walking, and I'm going to read the back cover. It says that it is a smoldering combination of Alice Waters and Ozzy Osbourne. That's the New York Times review. Discovering a new series like this is like finding a buried treasure. You want to dig it up all at once, and when you open each book, fistfuls of gold doubloons and jewels fall out, sparkling into your lap. The world of the Hollows is a fast-moving, funny, howling, and scary, and the greatest compliment to a fantasy absolutely real. A fun, fair ride through a fascinating version of our world. That was Charlene Harris. I love this woman's writing. Okay. She is a reason. Like I said, I've read lots of people, lots of authors, but for some unknown reason, when I read Kim Harrison, it was like, boom, I want to write. I know I'm not as talented as she is, but there's something about her reading her book and her work that just inspired me to want to write myself. And after reading, I reckon maybe of her books, 5 or 6 of her books, I sat down and I wrote a short story in one day called Raven's Transformation. And I sent it off to a publisher, a short story publisher, and in 3.5 months they contacted me, sent me a contract, and said, "Hey, we want to publish it." And I was like, "Seriously?" That's my first. I had never sent off a story before. That was the first and only attempt of me sending off a story, and I was in a shock. I found out it was like on the 4th of July. I found out that they wanted to publish the story, and they did. They did. They published it in this book, Abaculus 3, and let's see if you can see it, Raven's Transformation, and there is my name. Um, this is a compilation of science fiction, fantasy, and horror, and mine is urban fantasy. That's what my story is, the Raven's Transformation, because that's what I love to read. Um, Kim Harrison inspired me to write. She has no idea. I met her last year. With another good friend of mine. She came to Raleigh, and I was able to meet her, and she signed my book. She actually signed 2 of my books. This is the first book in the series. I wanted that first book signed. But yeah, that's what inspired me to write. And I haven't really been writing lately because I had some personal issues that I was going through that were pretty demanding of my time. And now I'm to the point where everything is not settled, but I have to write. I have to start back because that's me now. I have to write. But yeah, that's what inspired me to write. I have a friend. She writes, God, prolifically, and she has several books out. She has several. She just sold, I think, 2 or 3 short stories. And the next question you may ask is, what makes me think that I can be a published novelist? Well, honestly, I don't know the answer to that question because the odds are really against me as a new writer ever becoming a published novelist. I may get some more short stories out. I'm going to try like heck to become a published novelist. I'm going to work really hard. I know that my writing, I'm not ready, and I know I'm not ready. So, as far as hopefully, let me clarify, I would like to get a book agent. Who doesn't want a book agent, a good book agent? But I know that I need to put in a lot of hard work before that point. So I'm going to be putting in a lot of hard work, turning in a lot of short stories, and working on I have 2 novels that I'm working on, 2 books that I'm working on. So I'm going to be putting in a lot of hard work before I even approach an agent, because I don't want to waste her time or my time. And when I approach the agent, I want them to know that I put my homework in, I put my work in, and I put out a professional product, even if they don't want it. Even if it's not for them, even if it doesn't speak to them, they can still appreciate the fact that I did put in a lot of time on that, and I worked hard, and I presented them with a piece of professional writing. This is Melissa signing off. I probably will be doing some more vlogs because I kind of like it. Thank you for listening.